You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Monday, December 1st, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. Haley Grabby has the first of our two daily arrest reports with a suspect in custody on stalking charges.
On October 17, 2025, deputies were dispatched after receiving reports that a man named Brian Nash had violated a temporary protection order. When officers arrived, they were unable to locate Nash, but spoke with the reporting party, who said Nash had recently been released from jail and had been repeatedly contacting the victim, even sending messages while incarcerated. The victim reported receiving unwanted texts from Nash for over a month, including a message on October 11th asking, "Are you having a party?" Nash was also believed to have been seen near the victim's property. The victim provided Nash's phone number, which officers called. The call went to voicemail, confirming it belonged to Nash. Deputies also checked a possible residence for Nash, but he was not found. On October 29th, officers were dispatched for another report of a protection order violation. Despite having a temporary protection order and extended protection order served on May 14th, 2025, active through 2026, Nash continued to message the victim, even sending an explicit photo. The EPO strictly prohibits any form of contact, including calls or texts. At the time, Nash was also on federal probation. Officers noted that Nash had shown no remorse, repeatedly violating both the TPO and EPO, leaving the victim feeling increasingly terrorized. On October 31st, a deputy located an abandoned vehicle in Discovery Park, which came back registered to Nash. The area is near the victim's residence, raising further concern. On November 26, 2025, during a routine patrol, an officer saw a red Hyundai arrive at a location. The driver, identified as Cora Bishop, went inside a building. Since Nash was known to frequently drive Bishop's vehicle, officers conducted a welfare check. Bishop told officers Nash had been staying with her, but gave inconsistent statements about his whereabouts. She claimed Nash's room was always locked from the inside, but insisted he wasn't home. During the conversation, officers heard a loud thud and saw Nash jump over a wall and run northbound. Despite multiple commands to stop, he fled, eventually hiding underneath an RV, where he was located and taken into custody. A meth pipe was found during a search. Brian Nash now faces multiple charges, including obstructing a peace officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, violation of an extended protection order, and stalking for engaging in a willful and malicious pattern of behavior that caused the victim to fear further safety.
More news now in our second arrest report. No license plate and a non-functioning license plate light. It's one of many charges in this daily arrest report. Samantha Roberts reports.
On November 28th at approximately 6:34 p.m., deputies observed a black motorcycle traveling westbound on Highway 372 without a functioning license plate light and what appeared to be a missing license plate. According to the report, the rider turned onto Red Rock Drive at a high rate of speed, prompting officers to activate their lights and sirens and initiate a pursuit. The motorcyclist continued recklessly down Red Rock Drive before heading southbound and allegedly failing to stop at the stop sign at Calvada. Officers attempted to instruct the rider to pull over using their PA system, but the commands were ignored. The pursuit continued until the rider turned west onto Amarillo, entered the driveway of a residence, and came to a stop in the backyard. Officers issued verbal commands for the rider to halt, but the individual fled on foot into the rear door of the home. Once backup arrived, deputies ordered the occupants to exit the residence and were granted consent to enter and search for the suspect. Inside, officers located the rider and identified him as William Barney. Further Further investigation revealed that Barney did not possess a valid driver's license and had an active failure to appear warrant out of the Nye County Sheriff's Office, as well as a warrant out of Clark County. Barney was taken into custody and transported to Desert View Hospital for an evidentiary blood draw. During the process, he reportedly admitted to officers that he had been using methamphetamine since the age of 17. He was later transported to the Nye County Detention Center. Barney was booked on multiple charges, including operating a motor vehicle without proof of insurance, driving without a valid driver's license, failure to appear after bail, failing to stop upon signal while under the influence, resisting a public officer, being under the influence of a controlled substance, DUI, reckless driving with disregard for persons or property, rear license plate lamp violation, and failure to obey a stop sign.
Plans for the Pahrump Fairgrounds are moving forward again, and county leaders are hoping a federal grant will help fund the next big step.
Development at the Pahrump Fairgrounds is picking up pace, and county officials are now turning to federal grant program to help fund the next major phase of work. The fairgrounds sit on a 427-acre parcel given to the town through a congressional land patent back in 1999. While the plans have evolved over the years, the goal has stayed the same, creating a centralized community space that includes sports fields, expanded rodeo grounds, an off-highway vehicle park, and other public amenities. After nearly 2 decades with little movement, momentum began in 2018 when a major drainage study was completed. Since then, development has continued, including the installation of 2 water wells on the site. The next step is connecting those wells with a new water line, and officials believe the Community Development Block Grant Program, known as CDBG, may provide most of the funding needed. For the 2026 CDBG cycle, 6 applications were submitted through Nye County. Those included proposals for a golf course clubhouse in Round Mountain, a real estate development project, an environmental review for the Tonopah Fairgrounds, a power line upgrade, and a rural wellness retreat in Pahrump. But in the end, only one application moved forward, a $550,000 request for utility upgrades at the Pahrump Fairgrounds. 2 proposals were withdrawn, and 3 were denied by either CDBG administrators or county commissioners, leaving the Fairgrounds project as the sole eligible submission. The application now heads to federal CDBG administrators, with final funding decisions expected this summer.
Of course, News 25 will continue to follow that story. More news now. A Las Vegas nonprofit is in urgent need of donations like blankets and coats. As the colder weather approaches, they recently held an emergency event. Find out how you can help in this report. The Las Vegas Rescue Mission is in need of donations. The colder temperatures are moving into the valley, and the organization is asking for warm coats and specifically blankets. Heather Williams is the Director of Development for the Las Vegas Rescue Mission. She says they've noticed a decline in blankets being donated. She noted that the cold really hits on the overnight here in Las Vegas. This past Sunday, the nonprofit had an event they called an emergency drive-through blanket and coat drive. Williams said, "We accept blankets any day of the year. We'll even take them in the summer. We'll be able to accept any donations of blankets, new blankets, used blankets, new coats, used coats. Everyone deserves that extra warmth." Las Vegas Rescue Mission is always in need of items like underwear, socks, and hygiene kits. You can donate items to the Las Vegas Rescue Mission at 480 West Bonanza Road in Las Vegas. More information online at vegasrescue.org. Coming up, it's that time of the year again when the lucky kids get to shop with a cop. And, well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office is looking for your help to fund it. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Chris Palermo. The Friends of Nye County Sheriff's Office is looking to get some financial support for their annual Shop with a Cop event. There's a fundraiser coming up Friday that you may want to attend. News 25's Samantha Roberts has more.
This Friday, December 5th, the Friends of the Nye County Sheriff's Office will host a fundraiser at Artesian Cellars Winery from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Friends of the Nye County Sheriff's Office is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to provide essential resources that support community engagement, fund critical equipment needs, strengthen public safety, and foster trust between officers and the community, helping ensure Nye County remains a safe place to live, work, and play. Proceeds from this event will support the annual Shop with a Cop program taking place on December 20th. Shop with a Cop treats children in foster care to a holiday shopping spree at Walmart and includes a complimentary breakfast, which this year is generously provided by the local VFW. The fundraiser will feature raffle prizes and live entertainment by Rut-Row Music. Come out for an evening of fun while supporting a meaningful cause.
Well, that's great work they're doing. Maybe we'll see you down there this Friday night. This past weekend, the Nugget and Lakeside Casino in Pahrump gave away $14,000 respectively. Find out what one of the winners plans to do with the money.
Golden Entertainment wrapped up its $14,000 cash giveaway this past weekend by announcing two grand prize winners. On Friday, one lucky participant claimed the $14,000 prize at the Nugget Casino but chose to remain anonymous. The excitement continued Saturday night at Lakeside Casino, where Dennis Kerstad was selected as the second $14,000 winner. When asked what he planned to do with his winnings, Kerstad simply replied, "I will decide that when I get it."
What are you going to do with all that money, Dennis?
I'll decide that when I get it.
All right, well, you're going to get it here in a minute.
All right, country music fans, get ready. One of the biggest award shows in the industry is heading back to Las Vegas, and it's making some history along the way.
A popular award show is making its return to Las Vegas next year. On Monday, the Academy of Country Music, Prime Video, and Dick Clark Productions announced that the award show would return to Las Vegas. The event is scheduled to stream live on Prime Video and the Amazon Music Twitch channel from the MGM Grand Garden Arena on Sunday, May 7th, 2026. The move will also be groundbreaking, as it will be the first major award show to live stream exclusively. The ACM Awards Week is set to begin in Las Vegas on Friday, May 15th. Tickets for the 61st ACM Awards and related ACM Awards Week events will go on sale in early 2026. The award show was held in Las Vegas in March of 2022 at Allegiant Stadium before moving to Texas, where it ran for 3 years.
All right, it's pretty exciting. Tuesday night, head down to Great Basin Community College in Pahrump for their special town hall meeting. Ask questions, share ideas, and get important updates.
Great Basin College is gearing up for its annual town hall meeting happening on December 2nd. The gathering will provide important updates and details about a major upcoming celebration. The Winter Oasis event is set for this Friday at 2 p.m. This year's Winter Oasis will kick off with the debut of the GBC Pahrump Duck Race, a new fundraiser supporting the Student Life Group. Proceeds will help upgrade the campus vending machine and contribute to the launch of an esports team at GBC Pahrump. Attendees can look forward to crafting, music, movies, and a variety of family-friendly activities, all designed to bring the community together for some seasonal fun. Everyone is invited to come out and enjoy the festivities.
Coming up in sports, Mikey Ruhan will tell you about the 2-10 Las Vegas Raiders. Somebody has to. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. The Las Vegas Raiders have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. Mikey has that. More in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Tomas Hertl scored twice. Carl Lindbaum made 18 saves for his first NHL victory, and the Vegas Golden Knights beat the San Jose Sharks 4-3 on Saturday night, snapping a 3-game losing streak. Up next for the Golden Knights, they welcome the Chicago Blackhawks. Meanwhile, over in Raiders land, the offense looked marginally better in the first game since Chip Kelly was fired. And by marginally, we mean the bar was on the floor and they maybe stepped over it. Maybe. The result? A 31-14 loss to the LA Chargers. And Pahrump Valley High School is holding their football awards ceremony on December 2nd at 6:30 p.m. And coming up on December 4th, Pahrump Valley Trojans boys and girls basketball welcome Needles High School. JV at 3 p.m., varsity at 4:30 p.m. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam and the horses down at the baseball field, Ian Deutsch Park in Pahrump. In the Southwestern Wilds, we'll be having a benefit at Saddle West, not too far from there in a few weeks. Well, it is getting a little chilly, and there has been a freeze warning in some parts of Nevada. Your forecast up in a bit.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Welcome back to News 25. It's Chris Palermo giving you your weather forecast from the anchor desk. 46 was your high in Fernley today. They're going down at 29. Fallon, 46. 25 for a low, but listen, someone's going to beat that low tonight. Carson City, it's a high near 47 today. Tonopah at 43 degrees. Goldfield, all 200 people up there, 45 degrees. 25 degrees going down there in Goldfield. Beatty, nowhere near 80, 56, 32 tonight. Hermosa, 60. Las Vegas, 58. Again, some of the pools are open year-round, 38 for low. Death Valley, 69, low, 43 degrees. Your current temperature in Pahrump and the Valley, 51 degrees. Your sun rose this morning, 6:36 a.m. Humidity's at 33%. Southeasterly wind directs 3 miles an hour. And the high here in town was 57 degrees. Like I told you, we're kind of moderate at 51 degrees. No advisories. Your sun set just about an hour ago. Humidity 51%. Slight wind, easterly direction, 4 miles an hour. 34 degrees for your low. A little colder in some other areas of the valley. You know where you are. Tomorrow, brilliant sunshine, 57. Wednesday, 58. Thursday, 56. Friday, 62. 65 on Saturday and Sunday. Weather twins next Monday, 66. And 30s for your lows. And like I said, there have been some freeze warnings in effect. Now, Saturday night, we came out for the tree lighting at the Pahrump Nugget. It was demonstrably warmer than it's been the past few years. I hope you enjoyed it. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. Chris Palermo, News 25. Make it a great night.